Let's bring in tonight's panel. California Republican National Committeeman Sean Steele, along with Fox News contributors Leslie Marshall and Jason Chaffetz. Welcome to all three of you. Leslie, to you first. Newsweek wrote the following here in an op-ed. It says, quoting, Donald Trump's odds of winning the 2024 presidential election have not been hurt by this indictment, but rather the chances of him making it back into the White House have improved. Bookmakers said the odds makers are increasing his odds in this thing, Leslie. That's bad news for a lot of people who do not like Donald Trump.
It's actually bad news for the Republican Party because, you know, he may become the nominee, but he's not going to win again. I've said that before. But I agree with what Newsweek said, because I have said this all along. He will use this. This will be advantageous to him politically, which is another reason you can't just see this is politically motivated. If it's politically motivated, it's backfiring on the motivator, because it's helping to stoke the base and get them all riled up once again, the MAGA section of the Republican Party that supports Donald Trump.
Sean, what about you? Fox News says the following, quoting here, the indictment firmly puts the 2024 spotlight back on Trump where he wants it and will make it more difficult for any of his rivals to gain traction. I mean, it's probably a fair comment. Your thoughts?
It's a fair comment, but boy, we've got a long ways to go in the election. But one thing, if you needed to get Republicans excited, this is the way to do it. And I don't mean just mega Republicans. I mean a lot of moderate Democrats. We're hearing U.S. senators saying off the record, soon to be identified, they're very uncomfortable with it. There's a lot of people. This is a historic blunder. It's the greatest election interference that we've had since the Civil War. This is something that is awakening people. There's so many issues with Trump we could talk about all day and night, but there's a united feeling that this is a sham investigation. It's corrupt. It's back to Laurenti Beria. Show me the man, I'll find you the crime. That was what Stalinist Russia did. We don't need that.
I want to bring in Jason Chaffetz now. Jason, conservative consultant Dave Wilson wrote the following, quoting here, I'll put this on the screen. There's going to be a question among certain evangelical voters as to whether or not this is something they want to wrap themselves around when it comes to Donald Trump. Might this be a hit? I mean, you look back to the Access Hollywood tape, Jason, didn't really seem to do damage. Wonder if this, kind of those porn star revelations, will do any damage to him.
No, look, they've been saying these types of things about Donald Trump for some 7 years, and they've never been able to get him like they promised they were going to get him. They were, you know, multiple times going to impeach him. They were going to do this and that. He's Teflon Don at the end of the day because he hasn't done anything wrong. Nobody could even name the crime that he supposedly did. So, look, Democrats are gleeful. Republicans hate it, but it fires them up. And those people in the middle, I think over the course of time, look at this and say, why are they picking on this guy other than the fact that he was a better president than Joe Biden was? That's the bottom line. His 4 years were going to be better than Joe Biden's 4 years, and they're going to go Donald Trump's way.
And you even read some of these, you know, these liberal publications and some of the comment sections below. A lot of people are like, yeah, I don't really like this. I mean, this seems like piling on to me. Leslie, the former president said this tonight. Watch.
Even people that aren't big fans have said it. They said this is not the right thing to do. It's an insult to our country, as the world is already laughing at us for so many other reasons.
Mitt Romney said this is a politically motivated charge.
So did Joe Manchin. Then again, I'm not sure he's a Democrat. Haven't been for a very long time. Look, you know, even if the district attorney was politically motivated, the grand jury isn't. And I know in the green room, you and I were talking about the grand jury and it's the prosecutor's tool. Yes, but not everybody is indicted. A grand jury has to make that decision. This grand jury did. Do I think this is a big problem in this case? Do I think that it will see a trial? Do I think it may not go away? You know, all of those things are possible. The bigger problems for Donald Trump lie with Georgia and January 6th on a federal level.
I know, Sean, your thoughts, because the whole concept here is maybe some want him to win the primary because they think that he's a better opponent for Joe Biden.
You know, they may think that's a bad strategy because they're making a lot more enemies. Look, this is the turning point. The turning point means this. The Republicans have been playing, you know, ping pong, and the Democrats are playing rugby. Those days are over. The gloves have to come off. And when Republicans take power, I guarantee you there's about 3 ex-presidents who are going to have to be looking over their shoulder. There's 94 U.S. attorneys. They'll all be fired, and there'll be good prosecutors in charge. Democrat corruption's gotten away for years and years, and the Biden crime family is the best example. They got to be prosecuted, and it's going to change.
Does not seem like a good day for the country. Jason Chaffetz, your big takeaway from today. What's the most important thing to you?
That they're overreaching, that Democrats continue to cry wolf time and time and time again. And if this is all they've got on Donald Trump after all these investigations, come on, give me a break. Get rid of the ticky-tackiness and actually do something. And if you don't have the same type of prosecution on Biden's and Clinton's for far worse crimes, then this country's in real trouble.
Yeah, we seem to have lost the old mantra, good for the goose, good for the gander. Sean, Leslie, Jason, thank you all.